John Curtis. It's 9:53 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to play a 5-minute chess tournament today. And hopefully we'll do well, and I hope you enjoy the games and the annotation. So without further ado, as my good friend says, we're going to go into the tournaments on chess.com. And we found a 5-minute tournament here, 96 minutes left, and 596 players. We'll join now and see how we go. I thought 5 minutes would be more relaxing today, and just to be able to analyse a little bit better with you at a slower pace. Because for some of the lower rated players, they probably, with respect to them, they might like to have the opportunity to go through things a little bit slowly. See, he just plays h3, wants to stop my bishop getting there. g6, I'm just going to fan shadow the bishop and eye that d4 square and as an outpost. Right, what I like about this is he's not threatening the old f4, f5, which can consume me and give me all sorts of hell on earth early. So I'm quite happy to play this position as it is. Just develop my pieces. There's no threats to my stranglehold on the position, so I'm really happy with this position. Just develop knight on the g file to e7. He's now threatening to play his d4. Well, I'll just play d5. I'm happy here. I'm happy if he's happy. It's Christmas. Just see what he does. This c pawn's a bit of a weakness. I might recapture with the knight. That could be a problem. At least if I recapture with the pawn, I can push the c pawn, can't I? I'll recapture with the pawn. What I didn't like was my bishop being blocked along here, but then again, his bishop is being blocked. So it's not too bad, is it? I'll castle and complete my development. That's the reason, just castling and completing my development. So I'll just chase him away. I'll be happy for him to capture there. And I can always go back to the c6 square. Oh, he wants to target that square. And by all accounts and purposes, it's a very effective move. I'm going to play d5, mainly because if he captures with the pawn, he's going to have the isolated d pawn that I might be able to put a bit of work on. How about knight d5 now? The point being I'm attacking that pawn twice. And of course if he takes here twice, oops, slip up guys. If he takes here, I forgot that his bishop's on the h pawn. I probably should have played king h7 first. Oh, he's overlooked that. Oh, he wants me to make a mistake. So I'll take the pawn, but I'm not going to take with the bishop. I'll take with the knight. If he takes my knight, I'll definitely take his bishop. Oh, hold on. I can win a piece if he takes the knight. I can play pawn takes bishop because the pawn's threatening the rook with check. Right. So now I just play where I intended to play. It's knight takes pawn. I do have a few complications here. He can play queen to c1, offer me the exchange. But I'm going to, if he plays queen to c1, I'm not going to take it. If I take that bishop, he's still on there and he's on the c pawn here. So I'm just going to hold that knight and be nasty to him. Basically, that's what I'll do. He wants to take my h pawn, but if you lose your h pawn, you lose your h pawn. Can't have everything in life. Oh, hold on. Yes, you can. You can have everything in life. He's allowed me to keep my h pawn. Goran's 1750, my opponent, and Goran's from Serbia. And he's overlooked a few moves here. I think he wants to play knight to g4. So he played knight h2 with the idea of knight g4 and on my h6 pawn. Could be an idea to... His knight can also go to e4 and try to swap off pieces and relieve the pressure. So I think a good move in this position is actually f5. It stops knight to g4, threatening that pawn, and stops this knight from going to e4. So it achieves two purposes. And not only that, with my king on h7, you can see this diagonal that was very effective on the pawn structure here is negated somewhat. Admittedly, my king's a little bit weaker. It's not in that fortress of the fortress, the thin shadow position pawn structure fortress. However, overall, in this position, I'm quite happy. I'll let him worry about his rooks. I'll just let him worry about them. I'm not going to do anything substantial or anything. I'm just going to let him worry about his rooks. Now, I can play knight forwards and just threaten his castle. Right? Threaten the castle that he's moved forwards. So I've just got to be a little bit cautious in this position. So I'm threatening the castle in the corner over here on A1. I'm threatening the castle on E6. And I've got a very dominating position. So if I could just play queen, say D7, and rook on the on my A file to E8, then I'd have an overwhelming position, I would think. So he's using his time now. He's quite concerned about all his pieces being attacked. Well, I would be too. And you remember this F5 move that I played? You can see that's been very effective in nullifying his two knights. So he's actually playing almost like with two minor pieces down. Those two knights are not coming into the game, whereas he really needs to have pieces around my king to do some effective damage, to go into damage control. Well, I'm going to play queen d6. That actually protects my c-pawn. It attacks his castle. Oh, he's actually allowed knight takes knight. Check. He thought he was protecting his rook. Next match. Well, thank you, Goran. Unfortunately, if you watch my videos, you'll see that what you have to do is get all your pieces coordinated, but each piece, even though it's coordinated, must still not be attacked. You've got to protect your pieces. They're like your little people in the village, and you're the town mayor, and you've got to look after all your little people, and treat them with a lot of respect, because you lose your people, you can lose your economy. Black's playing a solid game. He's just protecting the extra pawn, and I'll just attack that central pawn, and with a view of playing maybe recapturing the pawn. I'll take it off. And I think I should castle here, because I want to get my major piece, my castle. I'm looking at knight takes pawn, and I'm thinking I've got to play rook e1. I'll play pawn to king 5 that threatens his knight, and hopefully we'll get a decent game out of this position. The whole idea of giving him the d pawn was to entice him to go for the d pawn at the cost of slight cost of giving me a chance to develop my pieces. So let's see, what can we do now? I've got bishop takes pawn check, king takes, knight to knight 5 check, queen takes knight. I can't see past that. Wish I was a grandmaster, then perhaps I could see a little bit more. Well, I have a pawn at h3, knight takes pawn, knight takes knight, knight takes, pin the knight. Well, I'll try that. We'll try h3 and just see how that goes. The whole idea is I just want to pin his pin this knight against his king. Right, see, my king's fairly safe at the moment. Admittedly, if I want to win the knight, I have to play pawn bishop 4, right, to pin his knight against his king. Now, I'll weaken my king as a result of playing pawn to bishop 4, but what I'm doing is I'm going for that material, right? So I'll take that knight off. Now it's very, very important that I assess this position correctly. You can see when he recaptures the pawn, he'll have 5 pawns in his position, 5 pawns. So I've got to really take that pawn and make sure that I can survive. Because I'm surely lacking in a lot of development here. So I've got an extra piece, but I'm lacking in development. Now he's attacking the pawn. It'd be wrong to play pawn takes pawn, I think. In this position, I'm far more likely, because I didn't like his queen coming over here attacking my king side either. So I like the idea of playing queen to rook 5, right? Certainly, I like that idea. With the idea of bishop takes pawn check. I'm looking at this bishop here. If I take the pawn, I could come over here and win that bishop. But unfortunately, in this position, I have technical problems. Let's just develop a piece. So we'll develop a piece, a minor piece, and try to get a bit more activity in my position. I can play rook takes pawn here because I want to eliminate, if I can, his rook. He's got queen to knight 4, and that would threaten the H pawn and my bishop. Actually, that's a real worry. Queen to knight 4 looked like a very powerful move indeed. I think it's time to stop all these checks that he's got and try to change bishops. Right, so queen to knight 4 was strong. Now I've stopped pawn to d3 check. He's helping me, and I'm recovering. He's looking at the clock. 2 minutes 23, but really it's not the clock he has to worry about. He has to really worry about his position. I played bishop here because after rook e8, I'm trying to anticipate the fact that he might want to play rook hits queen And I want to be able to take that, right? So hence we played bishop there. So now he still wants the same idea. This is a very good play by him. I'm going to play bishop here to d2, and now I'm going to play knight to a5. Can I play knight c3? Now he takes with check, so I'll play knight to a3. I have to watch my time. I've got 1 minute and 12 seconds. Right, and now I should put my rook on the open file. It's very important. And I also should get my king off that diagonal where so that I can free my queen to move. Remember, I'm playing a piece down at the moment, and he's just taken the pawn off, and probably rightly so. I can get a tempo here with, I've got bishop takes pawn, that weakens his king. I can threaten his bishop, and remember my queen's protecting the knight. So if he's silly enough to play bishop knight 3, I'll get a tempo and my knight will come up here and hit the bishop again. And then he'll be in all sorts of bother. So I'll play knight here anyway. It's a good move. His queens are now effectively cut off from all the action on the king side, on the other side of the board. And now that gives me time to try to find an effective move. Like knight hits castle, for instance. It threatens the bishop pawn, allows my queen to come in. So say I play knight takes pawn, I've got a queen check here. So that's what we're looking at. Do have to be careful because he's got the little knight takes pawn, we'll do that. So now we've penetrated his position. He hasn't got an effective direct attack at this stage. Right. Let's see now. What do we do now? We've got the knight down there. How about we bring some extra pieces into the game with queen here? Right. Now, it's still, our game's still on tender hooks, but we've still got the extra piece. We might have to sacrifice the extra piece that we've got for the pawns here. Now we're going to run into a time scramble. We're going to anticipate running into a time scramble. You should bishop check me. That was the best move. I can take that pawn off. That'll distract him a little bit. Rook takes pawn check. He's not checking me with the bishop. So he's making a silly mistake here. Rook here. Now on that pawn that's loose. Right, now I've got that rook takes pawn. Haven't got much time. I check him. I do a pre-move check. Then I take his castle. Take that pawn. Take that pawn. Oh, it's a check. King here. Oh, don't want to lose on time. Rook takes pawn. It's really important here to mop up the pawns. Check first. Rook here. Then bishop here and rook takes pawn. So at least that way we can't lose. Pawn to knight 4, king here, pre-move, h4, h5, bishop there, and we won on time with the pre-moves. So we just used the chess.com pre-move facility better than our opponent. And our opponent, he played really well because I did have the extra piece and he did use his pieces. He didn't use them as effectively as he could have. Against a higher rated player, I would have lost much more easily than what I pointed out because of the weaknesses in my position. Even that's despite being an extra piece up. You might remember that game if you looked at my channel, FM John Curtis Chess on YouTube. I posted a tribute to Grandmaster Lev Polygaevsky yesterday, and in that game against the former world champion Tigran Petrosian, Lev had sacrificed effectively a piece, and but he had an overwhelming positional advantage. And what I did in my game, my last game, I certainly did not have any overwhelming positional advantage. I'll just get my knight on c6. If I play here, I stop the knight retreating. This knight, I need that knight to retreat to d7 because he's played g4 with the idea of g5. He's taken. I'll recapture with the pawn. If I took with the queen, he'd have e5. Now I can play the knight to d7. See, he still has to prove his attack. Let's see now. And he wants to prove it. He wants to prove it. Well, let's just play king to h8. Now, he wants to attack. What we'll do is we'll change queens. So we're going for the end game. We're happy in this position to exchange the queens and remove a lot of the tension in the position. We'll take that. Should we take that? I don't know that we should. Oh, why not just retreat our bishop here? If we take that pawn, the pawn takes back and then he can play bishop to h6. But if we don't, we can just recapture here. And now that the tension's out of the board, we don't have to worry about the queen coming in mating us. The only other piece that can come in and cause a bit damage is possibly the knight. Now he's pushed the pawn, he's threatening this pawn, and then of course the castle along the diagonal. So when we push the pawn, we stop this knight coming in here and penetrating our position. So that's the plan. The plan is to just expand our position, improve our position, not do anything stupid, and hopefully to win. So there we go. We're going to push that pawn, gain a bit more space in the centre, a bit more control. Now let's see, now how can we improve our position? We'll play bishop d7, that piece is not working. So often what you do is when you haven't got a clear move, you look for a move that that effectively, I'll defend that pawn, right? Just defend it. Don't want him doing any sacrifices or anything. And now we'll play bishop to e7. We'll hold that pawn. So all we're doing is building our position. We're going through the building phase. That doesn't threaten anything. We can recapture with the king or rook. Now what can we do? Right, we'll just play rook on the a file to d8, just here. Most important thing is to come up with a plan. Our plan is very, very simple. It's just keep building our position. That's obviously his plan too now. Right, we're playing knight here. See if he worries about a pawn. I don't know that that's a good move. Might be better to play pawn to d5, d4. Point being, we open up to our bishop. Our bishop's better than his bishop now. And see if we can get some sort of activity. We can go bishop here. And now we're threatening that pawn. And you can see that bishop protects our h-pawn. So if he had some crazy ideas of doing some moves along there, some of his little moves along here on the h-file, well, our bishop now effectively protects that centralised. And we've got no real weaknesses. This position, we can play knight takes bishop. We can play bishop to knight 3. We'll play bishop to knight 3. It's a good move. It's logical. My bishop was better than his bishop, but still. He goes back. Right then. Well, let's see what we can do here. I can push my pawns. That's not a bad move. So it's a little bit of a trap. I'll recapture with the H-pawn towards the centre. Keep my pawn strong. You might see I've got 1 minute 50 on my clock. I do have to be careful of that. This bishop now, that's why when he takes the pawn, he had to realise, I don't know whether he calculated or not, he had to realise that what he did do was give up the exchange. Now, he took with the knight, that's correct. If he'd taken with the king, I could have played knight here and threatened his castle and his horse, so he played the right move. Rook here. And the whole idea, if he moves his rook away and he doesn't want to exchange, he'll lose his c-pawn. So now I can clearly take advantage of the fact that I've got the exchange up. Now it's a matter of trying to spot the weakness and trying to penetrate the position somehow. My whole idea is to just keep pushing my pawn. And maybe rook here, c6, where his knight's not on my castle. I can push that pawn now. The beauty of that is that now if he takes that pawn, I can take the c-pawn. So we'll take that off, and now they're isolated pawns. So you can see my plan was to just isolate his pawns. We'll just attack his bishop, gain a bit of time, because I've only got 1 minute and 5 seconds. Rook to the 8th, threaten his bishop again, keep him on his toes, don't give him any respite. Rook hits pawn, just threatening to take his pawn off. Nothing brilliant. Attack his pawn again, this pawn in this case. And now knight here, and he can't play knight back here and hold that pawn. He hasn't got time. Meanwhile, my knight stops this pawn coming down. That's a pin there. Let's see now, what can we do here? We can play rook here, attacks that pawn. Just logical moves, nothing brilliant. Just rook here. He's got the move there. Okay, so I'll play knight here now. I might have to. That covers the pawn moving forwards. I've got 40 seconds. Just got to speed it up a little bit now, folks. Speed up the game a little bit. Little check. Rook over here. He wants to go down and try to start promoting his pawn, but it might cost him all his pawns. We'll just see what happens. Rook takes pawn. He's got no checks or anything that I'm worried about. Remember, my knight's covering things at the moment. Let's see now. Rook here. Rook there, is it? Try rook here. That's not a good move either. Oh, he's playing well. I'll play rook here. I'm going to bring my rook back to this side because he's got a lot of my squares covered, and I don't want him pushing that pawn. Rook checks. I might have to take it eventually. Knight takes. Rook to the 8th. Just move my rook around really quickly. Right, hit his bishop. Take his bishop. Rook here. Let's check king here. Well, he won on time. He played fast and he won on time. Congratulations to Mill 2014. He played well. Oh, we're playing Mill 2014 now. He's 1918. He's from Catalonia. We're number 170 of 872 players. I think it's time to put some light in the position. We've got our little thing here. There we go. Put our Christmas lights on. Might give us some light You see how we go there? Right. We've got the drums of war. The drums of war are going to start now. No mucking around. No mucking around. Here we go. Can't give Millie any relief. We've got to just do some damage here. Castles. No artificial moves. H3. Right. And they know their openings. Take it off. Push. We'll just push. Get them out of their openings. Get them out of their openings. Get them out of their comfort zones. It's probably it'd be inferior where I'm playing. However, again, the idea is just to get my opponent out of their comfort zone. They want to switch their queen. They know all those lines where you switch your queen over here and the like, and do this and do that. But unfortunately, none of that works now. So they've got to come up with a completely different game plan, all within their 5-minute time allocation. And they're playing well, playing very well, well indeed. We just attack the queen, try to displace it a little bit. Is b4 threatened? Yes, it is. So we'll stop b4. No problems. b4 stopped. Should we take that? We've got an opportunity to take it. We will take it. Because if pawn takes, we get to pass d pawn. Now we get a tempo and attack the queen. And we complete our development. So we've got a really good game here now. I'm very, very pleased with this position. Rook on the a file to c1. So effectively what we've done now is we've turned the game around a little bit. G4, we can get some space here. But that sort of stops any activity over that side of the board. They want to do some things over there. Well, there's no problems for me here. I can play... I'm looking at b4 as a possibility. It's very brave of me, but I'm going to play it. It looks all right, b4. Point being is it blocks this pawn, which blocks that bishop. The bishop's blocked from activity over there. And if I can just follow up with queen to b3, no problems with my game. Right, so that's the move that we expected. Now we'll just play queen over here to b3, and now white's got to prove their position. I'm happy to swap pieces off, so I can play pawn to f3, secure that structure there, and my plan is simple. I just play knight to e2 and start changing pieces, and I'm happy with the endgame. Maybe knight a2 is better, because then my bishop can come to f1. If a knight's on e2, it blocks the bishop from attacking that line, because I really want to attack that pawn and attack that castle and see if black's brave enough to lose the exchange. It might be best to just play bishop to... oh, he's threatening it, so I just play knight here now. Right, now we're just threatening... Maybe rook takes rook at the right time. Oh, he just recaptures. Well, this is very bad for him. Rook takes rook check. Bishop f1. Remember that bishop f1, a key move. Now we're on the b pawn. And now you can see... Now hold on. Oh, he's trying to get a... If he wants to sacrifice a piece over there, he can. I'll just play bishop e2. So if they want to sacrifice... Okay, we'll just... take it all off. No, he's redirecting his pieces. So now we can play knight to c3 because we're attacking the b pawn. So we've switched our game over here. Right now, king up. We just get our king into a safe position in case there's a little check coming. We'll come back here. Not a problem. I'm not worried about checks. Oh, it wants to swap off. Well, you take that. You're not threatening knight takes pawn because I've got everything covered. You have got some dangerous white square activity, admittedly. So I've got to be careful. Queen here. Queen here. Oh, it's not so good. Knight to knight here. I'm trying to cover that square and that square, and also to change queens if he tries to grab the black squares. Now I'm threatening his queen and his knight. And now I recapture. And again, I'm happy. I'm pretty happy with my position. I'm still on the B pawn. There's no way he can attack my B pawn. He's going back. So I just go forwards. I'm going to go back again. I want to come over and attack him. Look, there's his B pawn's attacked. He's finally got there just in time to... I'm going to play here. Point being, I want to play king up. He's totally tied down to that pawn, so we'll check there. And now this is the key position. I can't see a way to progress. I'd like to find a way to progress. Draw here. I'll take a draw in that position if my opponent wants to draw. Next match. Yeah, because it is a drawn position. He's got 141 on time. I've got 124 on time. And he managed to move his knight around and hold his pawn. So he played very, very well. And the draw is a fair result in that position. Knight f6. And of course I'm annotating and trying to play chess at the same time. It's hard to think out loud and concentrate, because obviously I'm thinking out loud at a lower level and not being able to think at a higher level and turn it right on. Well, play rook e8. I've got a threat. So if he wants to do all his h5 trickery, he'll be a very, very sorry chappy because of e5 and e4 coming. So that's the threat. His rating is 1338. He's from Norway, Org Khan. I hope I've pronounced it correctly. I'm not worried about that position. I just think his bishop's displaced on e4. He hasn't castled. I've completed all my development, and the way I see it is that I must have an advantage of some sort here, as minor as it might be. Oh, so what's he doing now? Right. I'm going to play bishop e6, complete my development. I'm not worried about him taking my b pawn, because if he takes the b pawn... Actually, I played the wrong move. I did. I played the wrong move, guys. I don't want his queen to come into the position per se, unless I do it my way. Sound like Frank Sinatra here, but knight takes knight check, queen takes bishop. That gets his queen off these from f3 to h3 to coming down here. Those kind of ideas. Now we'll take the pawn over here with an attack on his castle. Right, I get a tempo with a bishop check. Just to see what he does there. I'll play b6. I don't want his castle penetrating through here, nor his queen. What I want to do is consolidate on my king side, which is weak. I must take with the h pawn. I really want to play queen d7 and queen g5 check or something like that. Queen g7. Here we go. I've got Queen G7. That's my first move. Queen D7. Now I've got a Queen check. Right. So now at least we've just distracted him slightly. Now we can change queens if we have to. We're going to play Bishop G7, and hopefully that'll just sort of slow him down a little bit. He hasn't got time to. He wants to change bishops, which would be very good for him. I'll play Queen hits Queen. I just realised after Queen takes Queen, Rook takes, Bishop takes Bishop, King takes. He's got to check, but then I can go to F6 and I'm okay. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to play, except this time I'm going to play. Let's see now. How can we play a different move? This time we won't give him the check. We won't give him the check. We're just going to move my bishop. So we're not giving him the check this time. He plays Queen takes C7 here. I've got Rook on the A file to C8. I'm suddenly active with a Queen check here, Queen takes pawn check, and maybe some sort of mating attack. Remember, his king is in the centre here. So he doesn't want to get my rooks coming down here with an attack just for pinching one lousy pawn. So he's got some problems. Like he's got no rook checks or anything down here. He's got time problems too. He's got 2 minutes and I've got 3 minutes. Not that that's a problem for him or me. His biggest problem is that he hasn't got a direct attack. Right, so now I'm going to play pawn to here. Point being, I want to offer the exchange of queens. I want an endgame. If I get an endgame, my position is much better. I'm going to pawn up, and I'll have very active pawn structure, and he'll have no attack. Remember, don't forget, queen takes pawn. I play queen checks, and rook hits queen, and he gets blasted down here. And really, it's just about all over bar the shouting. Okay, so I'm going to play check. I don't want him transferring his queen, excuse me, over to the other side of the board. I could take with a pawn, but then I dissipate my pawn structure. It's really important to keep my pawn structure intact. I want those 4 pawns to be like 4 connected pawns. Now, I don't want his rook coming into the position in an active manner. So why take his bishop and bring his rook here? No, I'll remove my bishop back 1 square and just keep the pressure on his position of this disconnected rook. Right? I have 1 rook out of play. He's got a disconnected rook, right? So now I'll attack that disconnected rook. Try to gain a bit of time. He's got rook G4 now. I do have to be careful a little bit because rook G4, he'd be threatening F3 and attacking that pawn. Oh, he'd be threatening F3 and attacking the bishop too. Oh, he played the wrong move, thank goodness. I can now play bishop G7. And I'm actually okay because if I take, it's a different kind of game. He wants to take my bishop. Well, you can take my bishop, buddy. I can take the bishop. I can take the bishop. Now I play rook here, and I'm simply threatening rook takes pawn check. If he checks me, I just play king up, so I'm not worried. I'll play a, oh, he wants to mate me, so I'm going to just play king to f8. The whole idea is he's looking at g4, g5 in a mating net, but he won't be in time. I've already moved away. So I'm out of his mating net before he even decided to play it. So he has no mating net now. So I just take a pawn off. Right, so now I'll get a check here. I'll play king. I'll play pawn here. Now that's the whole idea. That is, I get a check there now. Right, and I can play rook here. Certainly another check. He's got a check. I'll come back. Remember, my rook protects this pawn. I come here, I'm safe. Now I've still got the pass pawn, and I'm certainly rook takes pawn check, and I'm making a queen. I've got a minute, and he's got no time. So next match, he actually played very well for 13.38. Og Khan from Norway. Well played, Og Khan. Well played. You've got to always congratulate your opponents if they play well. And Og Khan played very well. I'm now 185 of 1,028 players with 49 minutes and 36 seconds left. He's not attacking anything, so I just chase him away. 1364, Zeferianen from Poland. There's a piece. He might be a beginner. Sorry to be a bit of a hatchet man. Oh no, look at this. He's just going back. I must have done a pre-move. Okay, we'll just get our pieces developed. And develop my other bishop. Almost like a hedgehog, except the knight's on f3. Got two bishops on g7. Longest diagonals on the board. All aboard! I did a video all aboard. The whole idea was in the video that I made on YouTube with the Christmas tree, holding the board. It was all aboard. Bit of a corny pun, but still, nonetheless. I hope some people found it amusing. Try not to be too funny. I can attack that queen, but why create weaknesses? Oh, he wants to play queen h4, so I'll do it. I'll go in for it. The big question now is, what do I want to do now? Do I play pawn here? Will he capture? If he takes with the knight, takes with the bishop, bishop takes pawn takes knight, takes the knight's down my throat. I'll play king h2. You might just play knight checks and knight back, and we'll just see what happens. Like if he plays knight g4 check, oh, he takes that. I'll take that off. I forgot, he's not a master. I'll play king here now. And I just take his knight off if he leaves it there and basically just win. But he actually had some good ideas there and went astray. As a lot of beginners do, they just think they could. I'll play rook h1. The idea of discovering an attack on his queen. Oh, he didn't like that. Knight h4 loses a piece. It's a logical move, it loses a damn piece. So now I can play c5. The point being is that's a base pawn, or that's the base pawn for that pawn chain. On C is a pawn chain c7, d6, e5. And my plan was to just underpin the pawn chain a little bit. Now I'm attacking two pieces, take his knight off. So my position's flowing very, very smoothly. I haven't got any weaknesses at all. I'll just check him. Right, and I'm going to take that rotten knight off. Remember, I'm a piece or two ahead. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces left, and he's only got 4. So, no, I get the. I'm sacrificing only the exchange because, but by the same token, I get my rook on A1 to an active file on the H file there, and hopefully we can seal these white. Oh, look at this move! I've actually got bishop takes pawn here. Look at that, bishop takes pawn. Now get some extra pieces in. Knight takes. That protects my bishop. And the queen and the knight all coming down here. I can attack his queen again with the other knight, bringing the other knight, which is passive, on d2 to f3. So when you see a move, always look for a better one. And now you can see what we're doing is we're just building our pieces around his king. Admittedly, we've got 2, 4, 5 pieces on, and checkmate is playable. Knight g6 checkmate, and a lot of that was just through logic, you know, playing a weaker player. They were giving me material, knowing when to give back material. Remember, our rook takes knight on h6, and then rook on the a file to h1. They all culminated together, coordination of pieces and material advantage in a checkmate. Quite a pretty little checkmate. Okay, should we play c5 or play c5? We're playing Live Chess 1282 from the United States. We've moved down to 132nd of 1,072 players as far as position is concerned, and we're developing our pieces. Play e6 and hold our c pawn. Nothing brilliant, just slow, steady chess. Now we don't want to go back here and he hits us and then well, we can. He's 1282. I might have considered taking it if it was a stronger player. I'm going to take the pawn off to see what he does. Let him worry about the position. Right, so he chooses to do that. So I'll play bishop to d6, or perhaps queen to f6 is a better move. So I'm playing queen to f6. Right, now I've got to work out how to attack him here. I can play bishop there and threaten his castle. Right, now if he moves it, he'll be in for a shock. The correct move here is probably bishop to g4 or king h1. He played the correct move. My God, how come all these players are improving so much? Okay, so if I play queen g6, does he play king h1? He should. I'll play queen g6. He should play king h1. King h1 is the correct move. Oh, look at this. Queen f, that's a good move too. Except for one problem. I can change queens. Let's go for an ending. Let's go for an ending. Let's go for an ending. Queen takes pawn. Bishop takes pawn. Queen takes queen. So we'll just see how we go in an endgame. I've got 2, 4, 6, 7 pawns, and he's got, so I've got 3 pawns for my piece basically. So I really need to create a pawn storm of some sort. We'll just chase that away. Just see where it goes. I like the idea of fixing that pawn. I'm happy to take that off because now I can just try to gain activity on my rooks. I'll take that. I'll play rook c4 because I really want to play rook. Pawn hits, what's his name there? I'll go here. Oh, we didn't know better. I think Mr. 1282 is using a computer. I'm a bit suspicious of some of these players. Right, so we're trying to break up his pawn structure. I'm going to drop a pawn here, but by the same token, I will have an active position. But his last move wasn't a computer-generated move, that's for sure. I need to play e4. I have to play e4. Got it. He's obviously not listening to the channel. Now, our position is basically almost level. King up. Look at this. Look over here. Little check. We gave me a little check. I'm trying to come in with my pawns. I know he wants to pin me there. I'll stop that pin. Oh, he can pin me there, but it doesn't matter. Just attack his bishop. Where's your bishop going, buddy? I'll check him. Your bishop's on. I think he was trying to outplay me on the clock. There's a check. Maybe you can't look up the computer that fast. Rook takes bishop. We don't need that. He's thinking, what's he doing? What's he doing? Pawn takes pawn. I've got extra time with my pawns. Next match. Well, Blink Chess, if you played all those moves by yourself, you're a lot stronger than 1282. I think some of these guys have got the two screens there, and they've got, recommended move or best move on the engines and stuff at the same time. They must have something like that going. I don't know, but I'm just a bit suspicious because I know what a beginner plays like, and you can sometimes pick what a beginner's move might be. Maybe I need some inspiration from Santa Claus. Sandra, have you got some inspiration for me? I need inspiration. Okay, boys and girls, that's enough. Enough nonsense. We're here to play chess. Knight to e5. Now, knight to g6 would be a beginner's move. Play quietly. Nothing brilliant. Take with the knight. It's trying to swap off pieces. Just go back. That's relaxing music, Noel, Noel in the background. Play chess and play Noel, Noel in the background. Just go there. I like that knight there. I'm going to castle queenside. He can't castle queenside, he's got to castle kingside. Castling kingside might walk into a checkmating attack. Hold on, you better look at your engine. Tanjam, no, you're a good guy, Tanjam from Poland. You don't need an engine, that's right, you can play moves like that. I'm playing a G4 with the idea of G5. Oh, there's a move. I just go back one square. No problems. Bishop B1 was probably better. Yeah, see, Bishop B1 was better. It's a better move. I must have swapped my bishop. Oh. Should have played Bishop B1, Johnny. Okay, Bishop B1. I don't want him playing bishop to... He's got a bad bishop. I don't want him playing bishop A4 and swapping off bishops. Right, so play a passive move. Good man. Now I can play my G4 and hopefully do some serious damage. I've got the advantage now. Knight takes knight. When you got the advantage, just finish them off. Right. Let's proceed with the advantage. His queen's over there. His action over there. His weaknesses over there. I'm going to play rook here. That attacks his queen indirectly. It's not the best move. I'll play queen f3. I'm threatening the pawn with check. And I'm bringing another piece down on there and protecting my g-pawn. Now I can double rook. Where I went wrong was if I played rook h4, I could play rook f4. I can play... what can you play? Play rook on the d file to h1. Just to try to build up pressure on that line. He can't play rook g6 and protect it, notice, because my bishop's there, I can take it off. And though he'd come in, he could come in here then, couldn't he? So he can play rook g6. If he played rook g6, he would just survive. Only just survive. I don't think I could take it. Can I? Oh, yes, I can. Of course I can. I've made him that quick. When he takes here, it's a problem because if he checks there, if I go here, he gives me a bishop check. I'm looking ahead here. Like rook g6, bishop takes, pawn takes. He's allowed rook takes pawn. Now, rook g6 was the correct move. It was a sort of a weakness and a strength at the same time. Whereas now he hasn't got anything. And I've got to check. Always grab a check. Might be mate. So I'll play queen here. That way he must take and we take with check. Right. Queen here, we threaten a pawn. At the same time, we've got a check down the back. Now, give him a check. Okay, and pawn there. Now the whole idea of pawn there is just to slow him down. I don't want any variations where I must move my bishop And right, that's the whole idea. Now I can just check and change queens. And now I'm very happy with my position. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pawns, and he's got 6. So I can get an outside pass pawn. Now I need my king over there to work with that outside pass pawn. So I'm going over with my king. I'm going over with my king to support my pass pawn. Just improving my bishop now. His pawns are on white squares, so they're targets for my bishop. So my plan is to activate my bishop. He's got a bishop there. That means I've got to play pawn to king 3. Oh, that was a bad move on his part. I'll take with the bishop. Oh, they can play bishop, pawn takes, and king forwards. Oh no, wait a second. I'll put that there. I'm going to play pawn takes pawn there. Yeah, that's right. So in that position just then, it'd be bad for me to have done that. Right. Now I can play king up. Just try to encourage him to make a weakness. That's a bad move. He should have done something else. And he should have checked me with the bishop. I think he had a draw. Now his position is particularly bad because every pawn of his is on a white square. It's pretty bad. He's a pawn down. Every pawn of his is on a weak square. So I just attack his bishop. I'll take that. King up, take that pawn off. There we go. So all these pawns are gone. King up. Oh, wait a second. King up is correct. Pawn forwards is correct because the queen can't be stopped. He's past the queening square. Next match. Thank you, Mr. Tangam from Poland. We're now 77, position of 1,228 players. And we've got 27 minutes on the clock. Wish I could win some games quicker. We're playing Intel MD 1434 from Romania. Okay. See if we can play something a bit sharper. Because hopefully 1434 rating, they are a bit weaker in the tactics department. And we can just hustle them a little bit and win quicker rather than just a positional edge and winning by a pawn in a long game, a long 10-minute game, 5 minutes each on the clock. We'll see how it goes. Knight c6. I hope he plays the Rye Lopez. I can get a marshal attack or something. They collapse in a screaming heap with the marshal. They don't know what's going on there. But they understand their Roy Lopez and all that sort of thing. You should castle, b5, bishop back. I played bishop e7. He's probably got his Roy Lopez book in his hand. And rook e1, c3. Oh no, look at this. Oh no, he's playing some other line. What if I take the pawn? Just take it. Just see what he does. He's probably looking at his Roy Lopez book. Ah! Well, he plays the best move. The dirty, dirty dog. He's playing the best move. Yeah, I never expected to get into this much complications with this guy. I'm going to hold it. Bishop d7. Of course, he's got knight takes pawn now. Pawn takes pawn. Ah, well, what do we do here? Take with the pawn, I suppose. What else do you do? Don't want his rook coming in with check. Now, if I take the knight off, what happens there? He takes the rook. However, he's threatening the whole lot. Oh, he didn't take the rook. He went for the heavier stuff. Playing well. Rook c8, is that correct? Rook c8. It's got queen takes pawn. Ah! I didn't even see it. I'm blind as a bat. Perhaps I'd play knight to f6. I can play rook f8. I'm holding it. I'm holding the position. I've got a dead loss game, but I'm holding. I've got 3 minutes. He's got 2:23. 14:34. How come they play so well? Okay, ready. I've got to get my pieces working. I've got rook takes pawn. What's he going to do next? I've got queen b6. I can get my queen out. Rook c5, bishop takes pawn, he's looking at. I've got queen b6. Get my pieces out. At least I can make a square with from the king with d8. Knight takes pawn. Got a king here. I can't play bishop f6. I need to play rook takes pawn. Maybe I should just play knight takes pawn. Try to hustle him. I can't hustle him even. I don't play pawn hits knight. I hate it. I can't see any other move. You get double sacrificing. Bishop checks there. Straight from the engine. King here. Now, the point is, if he plays, I've got knight here. This is a case of these guys running out of good moves. Or what's he doing? He's throwing the kitchen sink at me, I know that much. God, Queen F6 is deadly, isn't it? Oh, he's made a mistake there. I can take with the pawn or the queen. Take with the pawn, there's no checks or anything. I should take with the queen, probably. Oh, what do you do with these players? What do you do with them? I'll play Queen C6. Yeah, even 4. Gives me a knight. Well, he must have stopped using his engine, playing with his real strength now. He ran out of time. Couldn't use his engine. You're using an engine, my friend. You're so weak when you're, yeah, I mean, you must have been using an engine. Oh, Intel MD 1434, Romania. Yeah, you played so weak when you had this massive, fantastic attack and everything. So you must have been following an engine. Must have been. Because how on earth could you collapse a position like that, even in time trouble, if you were that good enough to outplay me completely and get that massive, overwhelming position? And you missed all the mating lines, which were pretty obvious to anyone that could get that position in the first place. So you were using an engine. Anyway, hopefully chess.com will pick all that up. LADLVT. You've got those computer programs that can detect engines now by the moves you make. So you see someone 1205 or 14 or whatever it is, 1400, and they play like a genius, and they say, well, hold on, engine, all aboard. Okay, here we go. Santa, we need inspiration. Santa, oh, please, for Christmas, I'd like to win a few more chess games, Santa. Okay. I'll play b5, b4, and then b5. I'm saying I'm going to play b5. How can I play b5 when I haven't even played b4 yet? All right, but we'll get ready for it. That was our plan. We knew what our plan was. It's always good to have a plan. Oh, he's threatening the pawn on H2. Sneaky devil. We saw it. All we're trying to do is to get an outpost and control a few white squares and fight for the centre and all those kind of things. The basic stuff. Nothing brilliant. Which we were doing something brilliant. I'll play A4, support that pawn. So you played H6 and it's very deep, but I don't understand it. LAD lived from France. Viva France. Viva Francais. Right, what do we do here? Queen there. There's a queen there attacks that king. You never know. Something might happen and open up the line. And by the same token, it's sort of on that line for the queen. Well, there's a pawn. That's not a bad move. Well played. Okay, but I can play queen to b3. Don't like the fact that that knight's loose. Right, but I'm playing queen to b3. Oh, okay, we'll take that off. I'll be happy to swap all those pieces there. And I'm happy to take that. Happy to swap bishops there. Because it gets my bishop off the c1 square and gets ready for putting my rooks on active squares. Oh, he's on my queen! Oh no, good job on attacking his queen. I didn't realise. Oh, I stuffed it all up. Oh no, we'll take that one. Oh, take that one. I stuffed it all up. I've got to play like a real master now. Like an actual real master. God help me to get out of this mess. Hey, I've got a rook back. What does that mean? Does that mean that we're equal pieces again? It does. I got out of jail. I should play bishop b2 to play correctly. So my knight can go to d2 and c5 like a proper chess master. But am I a proper chess master? No. Am I a bunny at times? Yes. Right. Let's put the rook on the open file. Let's play logical chess. Stop playing rubbish. Okay. G4. Allowing discovers check. But he weakens his D pawn. Right. Now I can play king here. This is double-edged. I didn't realise how bad that check move was. I'm going to take that pawn off. I'm happy to get rid of a pawn. So now I've got 3 and 3 is 6 against 5. And I really should be like a piece down or the exchange down with a dead lost position. So thank God Latif was not unlike my last opponent, was not using an engine. Otherwise I'd be dead in the woods. So I played bad moves. Maybe the last opponent didn't play, wasn't an engine player. Perhaps not. I'll take that. I'm happy to get that position. And now knight here threatens that pawn. Rook here. just a good knight versus bad bishop. So hopefully, oh, he's not doing anything, so I'll push it. Because his pawn's not going anywhere. I'm attacking that square twice. I can play king f3, d4, e5, d5, and just smash him to pieces, theoretically. So why not just play e5 straight away? Show him how bad his bishop really is. Then d4, showing him how bad his bishop really is. I'm playing king up, supporting the pawn structure and everything. And now he wants to get an open game. So by the time he gets there, I'll have a queen, hopefully. Yeah, I'll just keep pushing. Push again. It's almost a queen. And this game's all over. Well, at 9 minutes 27 seconds, we're number 54 of 1,291 players with a streak of 5. We've actually won 5 games in a row. Does that mean? I don't know. If we won 5 games in a row, we're doing all right. I think he's given up now. There goes his castle. Okay, we'll just attack his bishop. Take his bishop off. Push that pawn for a queen. It's faster than his. Knight back. That stops his queen here. Bang. His queen stopped. Mine goes through. Desperation, yes, takes. The old desperation move. Another desperation move, a check. Right. Time for one more. 8 minutes 9 seconds. So we can get the game up. We can win our last game and finish with a credible score. Right, let's get our pieces out. Oh, a6. Queen c7. I remember a guy in Victoria, the state of Victoria in Australia, Arvid's Prods. So shout out to Arvid's Prods if any Victorians are listening. And Arvid's used to play in the Australian Championship many years back. He used to just get this set up and just hedgehog it. Just hedgehog it. You put this knight here on e7, throw his other knight over here, and he just... And I thought, what a terrible position. And he used to always get good results. So he get his bishop working. And I think he used to hope that White would overreach themselves and he'd just occupy all the holes and finish them off. That was his plan, I think. Right. Well, I know Arvids would probably just play a move. Well, if we can attack that rook, it'd be really good, wouldn't it? We get lots of activity this way. Bishop there. It's a matter of getting activity really quickly with your pieces. Now we get the tempo of attacking that castle. Can't really give me a castle. whole idea is my knight here doesn't do much on f5, and I'm thinking I'll just go into e6 and rip off his bishop. I develop his position, don't I? I suppose it's not really that great. Giving up my bishop to play so many moves in a row, and then I swap off all the pieces and develop his position. It's not logical. Oh well. We're playing Peck. Peck's from the United States. Perhaps I just should play well, I'll get the pieces out. Knight to c6. I'm not going to play anything crazy. I'm just going to play logical moves, develop. Castle queenside. Whole idea is I couldn't play knight on c5 to d5, and that's what I really want to do. I want to send him back, back, back. So I want you to go. If I go knight here, he's got queen here. But if I go, if I go knight, he's got queen there. This is the knight to go there, I think. And then, if I hit this horse, if he moves that knight, there's a queen takes pawn checkmate there. Look at that. Admittedly, my king is like Swiss cheese. It's full of holes. There's holes everywhere. More holes than a golf course. I'll see if I can spot 18 holes. No, I don't know. But I'm going to take that horsey. Bye-bye, horsey. He didn't even want to pin me. I think the whole position sickened him. Okay, well, I can play a knight here. Can I trap his queen? If he gets cheeky and pinches a pawn, I can't trap his queen. I'd like to trap his queen. What's the correct move here, I wonder? What would the correct move be? I reckon it's knight b5. I want to keep my knights and my bishops all around my king because my king's a bit weak. I did say it was like Swiss cheese. Recapture with the pawn. It gives me a good hot square for my king if I've got to run with the king at some stage. But I've got b4 now with that pawn dislodging his bishop. Look at this, he's coming in. He wants to do things to me. I'm just going to play rook here. I'm not going to worry about things. I'm going to attack his bishop. I'm going to play rook takes pawn. What I was concerned about, the reason why I attacked his bishop was I didn't want him to play rook on the h. I didn't want him going there. That's correct. That's the move I didn't want you to play. And now I can play a... get a piece working. Yeah, because now I've got that idea of checkmate coming. Even though my position's like Swiss cheese, your position is not too crash hot, mate. Mate. That's what we say in Australia. Like, how you going, mate? Well, this position, that's what we're after. We're playing chess and it's all about mate. See if you guys from the United States and India can perfect your accent. After me, how's it going, mate? Right, now here we go. Put the bishop in there, attack his queen. Say, hello, mate. And see his queen's there's attacked. And notice the bishop has a dual function. It threatens that pawn with check. So we can now play queen here. Threatening checkmate. Oh, look at that. He doesn't like mate. So I'll take it off. Because would I just take it off? It's because I've simply got an extra castle. Got the extra castle. Notice I said my king was like Swiss cheese. Look at all the holes there, but I don't have to worry. I'll just take that pawn off. The game plays itself. He can't move his bishop because he'll be in mate. So I can play a waiting move. Bishop here. That's a waiting move. Because what can he do? He can't move his king. He can't move his rook. Can't move his king. Can't move his rook. Can't move his bishop. There we go. Our tournament's finished. We came 53 of 1,401 players. And it wasn't a bad result. Right, we'll just see. 53 of 1,401 players. And there we go. That's us. We got 8.5 out of 10. Well, 8.5 out of 10 is not a bad score. 1 draw and 1 loss, or 3 draws, or whatever it was. So I was quite happy with that. 8.5 out of 10, that's a credible score. They weren't overly strong players, but obviously they all held their own. And a few of them, I think, were using little engine helpers. God bless their little souls. Merry Christmas, everybody. And now signing off. And